Welcome to the Hilton Head Livin podcast. I am your host, O.T. Gibbons. Our mission with all of our content is to make sure you get the most out of your time in Hilton Head. All the best places to go, all the biggest events going on, and everything you need to know to get the most out of your time on the island. I am joined as always by the star of our content, my beautiful wife and co-host, Jessica Gibbons. How you doing, Jess?
Hi.
All right, on this week's episode of the podcast, we're going to be talking about things to do this weekend in Hilton Head. We're going to be talking about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. And as always, we're going to answer the people. But before we get to all that, Jess, we have a big announcement.
I do. I'm so excited to announce that I'm hosting a ladies' fall brunch. Woohoo!
Woo!
We had so much fun at the ladies' spring brunch that we decided to bring it back and do it again. And it will take place on Saturday, November 2nd, on the outdoor patios of Cafe Al Dente and Sweet Owls, which are covered. So if there's a little bit of rain, we'll still be able to have it, no problem. And they are located right next to each other. And you can get tickets for $40 through the link in our bio on eventbrite.com, or you can just message us and we'll send it directly to you. And until Friday the 27th, tickets are 20% off. Woohoo! So go and get yours now before you forget and before people's calendars start to fill up too. And your ticket includes 2 free drinks and food from both Cafe Al Dente and Sweet Owls. I have suggested apple cider donuts, so fingers crossed on that one. I love those, and Sweet Owls makes delicious donuts, so can't wait for those. And you'll be entered into raffle prizes that we'll be giving away. Gift baskets, we had some great prizes last year, so super excited for that, except bummed that I can't win any of them. Last year I wanted them all. They were really good prizes, so super excited for that.
Yeah, you guys had a great time at every event you've had. You come back, you guys always have a blast, and obviously Caligni, Al Dente, Sweet Owls, some of our favorites, and that sounds really fun.
Yeah, and it's a great way to meet other women in the community, and don't feel afraid to come by yourself. That's at every event we've had a couple people that have come by themselves and they meet new people. Or it can also be a time to meet up with your friends you haven't seen in a while, a great event to do that at, and just get reconnected. Or even if you saw your best friend yesterday, a fun thing to go to. And it's all about bringing the women together. That's what it's made for. So you can meet other women on the island or get to know somebody you saw at the last event. Maybe you didn't get to talk to them as much, and you can get to see them again and get to know them better.
I think it's important. We moved here 2 years ago, and one of your biggest fears was you had this great friend group from high school and your whole family, and you'd grown up there your whole life, and it was like meeting people. And now you have this tremendous group of friends and people that you interact with on a daily basis, and it's largely in part due to these events and just getting to meet all of these wonderful people.
It is, and it's tough. We've talked about before, as being an adult, it's tough to make new friends. It really is. So this is a great way to do that. And like I said, you might not find your best friend, but at least somebody nice to chat to for a little while that might have a similar interest than you, and you can then meet up again, maybe go like kayaking, find somebody that really likes to kayak down here or likes to go on long walks on the beach or something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think it's also tough in an island where it does seem like a lot of people have either been here for a really long time or the friend groups are kind of already built in. You do kind of feel like a little bit of an outsider, and then you realize, oh, no, wait, there's actually a huge contingent of people that have just moved here just like me that are looking to meet people. And where are those people? Well, they'll be at this event.
Exactly, yes. So go and get your ticket today.
All right, so moving back to this coming weekend, what do we have going on in Hilton Head this weekend?
Starting on the 26th, there is the Mutts and Margs event at the Village of Wexford, and it's a dog adoption event with the Hilton Head Humane Association from 4 to 6 p.m. And some of the stores that are participating are Island Child, Java Burrito, the Hilton Head Running Company. And if you bring an item that the Hilton Head Humane Association needs, which they have listed on their Instagram page, also on the Village of Wexford, you get entered into some raffle prizes. And so it seems mainly like they need food, dog food, and blankets. And on the 27th, there is salsa dancing at the Westin as their last Friday series from 7 to 9 p.m. Visit their website to get the tickets, and their tickets include free parking and food and live music. Also on the 27th is the family fishing night through Island Rec Center, and it takes place at the Sailing and Rowing Center. And that's from 4:30 to 6:30, and registration is required. And on Saturday the 28th, there's a couple things going on. First is Rhythm and Brews, which you can get tickets through the link in our bio. It's only $49 for unlimited 100 plus tastings of craft beers and wines and spirits. They'll have live music, food trucks. It's at the Shelter Cove Community Park. So you have the gorgeous views of the water, and you have a bunch of restaurants around there too. Also on the 28th is Oktoberfest at the bank. It's free to get in, and then you can purchase. They'll have festive foods and drinks. They have festive activities, and they'll have the football game on the Jumbo TV. Great place to watch. Lastly, on the 28th is Bluff Timberfest at the Oyster Factory Park in Bluffton. It's from 3 to 8 p.m. and you can purchase festive foods and drinks. There's live music, there's arts and crafts, and you can bring in your lawn chairs or blankets to sit on to watch the music, but no outside food or drinks. And tickets are $15 online or $20 at the door.
Okay, so with that, let's talk about our favorite new thing that we tried last week. So what did you try that was new last week?
Well, as I said 1,000,001 times, it was my birthday. So we went to the Montage in Palmetto Bluff, which anybody can get into. You just tell them that you're going to one of the shops or the restaurants which are open to the public. And so we went to the restaurant that's inside the Montage called the Octagon. And it was delicious. We split a hamburger and a grilled chicken sandwich, and their fries are delicious. I'm a big fry person, and it's delicious. It's hard not to eat them all. And you get beautiful views outside. And then the Montage itself, we kind of walked around, and it's beautiful. They have a really cool sitting room that has this big fireplace, leather chairs, bookcases. It seemed like such a cozy place to sit, like after you have dinner or something, and have like an after dinner drink. And then they had a nice glassed in patio out back with comfy chairs. And then we walked around. It was kind of raining, so we couldn't walk too much. But we could walk by where they have little bungalows that people rent out. It's so cute. It's like you're on a movie set or like a storybook. It's just so nice and peaceful. It would be great to stay there for the weekend.
Yeah, it was great. The food was delicious. The service was amazing. It was a really good time. Really enjoyed it. The Octagon, 2 thumbs up.
Go check them out. And then how about you? Anything new?
Yeah, so this week we went and we played Old South. Golf course right across the bridge, right there behind Tangiers, right next to Hilton Head National. And it was really solid. It was $100 a guy. Of course, we played it in the middle of September. Course was in decent shape. Greens were out of a scale of 1 to 10. I'd probably say they were about a 7. They were maybe a little shaggy in spots, but overall rolled pretty good. The course layout was definitely appealing. There was probably more holes on the intercoastal waterway than like any other course we played. Like there's 3 holes that have a view of the bridge that's coming into Hilton Head. And then there's another 3 that's just like you're looking right at the island. It's pretty cool. And they have some interesting golf holes that are kind of Golden Tee-esque or Tiger Woods video game-esque, I would describe. They were like you'd hit it to this little island, then hit it to that little island, which isn't the best, but playing 2 of them isn't too bad. So overall, it was a decent golf course, $100. Well, it was in okay shape, and you get these like 6 holes that were really cool views. And overall good experience. And they also had a little, for the Wounded Warriors, they have a little 19th hole where you can sit there and have a drink. And it's about a 40-yard wedge. And you chip to this like little island where you can win a prize if you landed on the green, which was really cool. The driving range was solid. The putting greens were solid. Just overall, good experience. So as always, we are going to answer the people. And we've been getting a ton of questions this week about the Sea Pine Shrimp Fest and the Hilton Head Island Jam. Our two favorite events of the year. They were this week. We went to both. Amazing experiences, but we've just been getting flooded with questions. How do we get tickets? What is the deal with this event? Is it going to happen next year? So Jess, let's talk about the events and try to answer everybody's questions about them.
So the Hilton Head Island Jam Singer-Songwriter Festival took place over a couple days, and it was a bunch of people that came in from Nashville. There's some of Hilton Head natives, and it took place at different venues. Some were ticketed, some were free. We went to the big free concert at Low Country Celebration Park, where the main event was a low cash concert. And before that, there were songwriters, and it's really fun to hear some of the stories behind the songs. Like what Friends in Low Places, the guy who wrote that was there, where it turns out he just wrote at 3 a.m. in a bar. Yeah. And what Garth Brooks passed on it like 3 times?
Yeah, he passed on it 3 times. Cool. And then there was Jack Steele, I believe was his name, the songwriter. Jeffrey Steele, the songwriter who's done, I guess they said it was like 55 number ones and like 22 number twos. And he did a bunch of Keith Urban songs and a bunch of other stuff. He was a rock star. He was awesome. And Low Cash was spectacular. The event was free to go to. This was the second time. The first time they had it was last year. This was the second annual. And by all accounts, Low Cash loves coming here. It does seem as though they're coming back for a third time next year. The biggest change that we noticed was the first year is kind of just open field. Everybody bring all your stuff. We took long chairs both years, but this year we went with a cooler. They told us we couldn't bring it in this time. So they did have local pie, some other food vendors, and a bunch of other vendors around for you to be able to buy food and drink at. And yeah, it's still a great time. Didn't really change all that much to it.
No, had a blast. But yeah, make sure to bring chairs or blankets. And kids were running around, kicking soccer balls because it's a huge field. And the Low Cash concert, everybody gets up right next to the stage or even further back. Everybody's standing and dancing around for the Low Cash concert. They have such a great vibe. It's so fun. It was like an hour and a half too.
Yeah. They rocked it. And then on top of it, these songwriters are around town all week. So when we went to the Shrimp Festival, going into the Shrimp Festival, they were there playing music, telling stories at the Shrimp Festival, which was also really cool. The guy that wrote the Wounded Warriors theme song was there telling the story about how he wrote that. And as we were going around eating delicious shrimp, it was awesome.
Yeah, and they tell different stories and sing different songs. So you might see the same person at different venues, but it's not going to be the same story or song either. These guys have done a lot of songs, and a lot of songs people know too. Mm-hmm. Very talented. So we went to the singer-songwriter concert on Friday, and then Saturday was the Shrimp Fest at Harbor Town. You had to buy tickets, and you could buy some with drinks or without. And there were about 14 different chefs from local restaurants, and it was delicious.
Yeah, we found out that that Sea Pines actually brings in all the shrimp, and they give them the shrimp to then make all of these different meals with it. I guess they get it like a day or two in advance. And the one mistake, we've only been here 2 years, so this is our second go around with these events, and we continue to learn things and make mistakes. And this time, last year we went at the very beginning and it was super crowded. And so we thought this year, okay, we'll go at the tail end of the event. And the problem with that one was there wasn't that many people there. We were able to get to the front of the lines very quickly, but they do run out of food at some of the 14 different vendors. So we didn't get to try it. It was only like 2 of them.
It was, two of them, which one they had the same thing as last year.
Right.
They were the only place to have the same thing. Everything else was completely different. And it was absolutely delicious. And I got to be a guest judge.
Yes.
Which was so much fun, which I then learned I had a little lanyard that we could have gone to the front of the lines. So, because they want to make sure the judges are tasting them.
Oh,
interesting. But the judge's choice was Fraser's, which was my favorite.
Oh, nice.
And Crazy Crab won the people's choice.